Hey, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of the Tail Corner Podcast. Please like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you guys for showing love. We appreciate the retweets and all the interactions on the socials. We love you guys. Kat, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's been a good week so far. Busy, but good. How have you been?
I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, busy week, but the Jaguars winning kind of helps everything out along. We were looking, we were sitting at 1-2 for a second. It looked like the sky may have been getting ready to fall, but three wins in a row. We're on top of the world right now.
Yeah,
Same
killing
record
it.
as the Bills, Ravens, a lot of those top tier teams. So still competing for that one seed. Let's do it.
It's exciting.
All right, let's jump right into it. How did you feel about the previous game against the Colts, round two?
Um, I have mixed feelings. I'm not happy that Trevor got hurt at the end of the game. I think we're all pretty upset about that, especially just because, like, I don't know, I'm kind of just tired of seeing like the discourse on like online where everyone's like, oh, well, it's on him to know that he's got to get down. It's like, okay, that's maybe true that he tries to do too much sometimes, but it's also on the coaches to not put him in that position in the first place. So that bothers me. But we should have. I didn't love that we let them score 20 points. I feel like we kind of like the defense kind of like took their foot off the pedal, or like off their throats. And I would have preferred if we'd only kept them to like 6 points. But overall, it was it was the ass beating that I wanted it to be. So really couldn't ask for anything more. They did kind of like the whole team I felt kind of like sputtered a little bit in the second half. So I would like if they could play a full game. I don't know. It's always like funny looking back at a game being like, oh, they won by 17 points, but like they still could have done like this, and this. So like it's kind of nice having a team that can go out and stomp another team, and there's still things where you're like, oh, well, if they had done this, we would have scored like 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different problem to have as a Jags fan, which I love because we've suffered for a long time.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. For me, I think it was a pretty good game. You saw Trevor get multiple passing touchdowns in there. Shout out to Britton Strange, man. He almost had
Yeah.
two of them things, bro. He set up that first Travis Etienne touchdown, and then Trev did a play where he looked off, the defense and came back and
Yes.
hit him in the flat. That was a beautiful play.
Oh,
Like
so
shout
beautiful.
shout out to the old line this week with a pretty decent protect. Like Trevor had time to throw the ball this week.
Yeah.
Even in the second half, he didn't hit a lot of those throws, but he had time. So shout out to the old line. I got to give him credit after kind of getting on them for a bit. Rookie Anton Harrison allowed no pressures again this week.
Yep.
That's 2 weeks in a row allowing zero pressures as a rookie coming out of your first month in the NFL. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of people putting up the side by side stats of him and Jawan, and he's outperforming them in every category. So Jax might have made a good move by not paying that 20 plus million a year for that right tackle. So
Yep.
hey, no, little Trent Baalke magic, but it's as far as the actual performance, I think offense did pretty good in the first half. They were clicking. Like they
Hmm.
were flowing. Trevor overthrew some of those deep balls. I would like to see him give those guys a chance. He threw a deep one to Brenton Strange way out of. He threw some out of range deep balls. So I was a little curious on why he did that. And just throw it up there, get a guy a chance to make a play. But he was putting it in the spot where only his guy can get it. But just put a little bit more touch on it. Let those guys make plays. Like those guys are pretty good. And as far as the defense, my goodness, defense was stellar. Like I know we gave up
So
20
good.
points, but that is not how they played. That was not a 20
Exactly.
point game. Losing our best corner hurt. When
Yes.
Tyson Campbell went down on freaking punt coverage or punt return coverage, that was a big blow. Buster Brown got cooked.
Oh yeah.
That's where a lot of their big yardage plays came in. That's why they score so much. Is because they were attacking, the weak spot in the defense. So Tyson's gonna be a no-go this week. I'm curious to see how Buster Brown responds. It sounds like Doug said today that he's gonna get the start.
Yep.
They have Tavon Campbell and Eric Hallett if they want to mix it up, but we're gonna see some Michael Thomas and Chris Olave versus Buster Brown, the 7th round pick.
Oh God.
So yeah, let's
Mm.
hope he can hold on. Yeah, that's the only thing that really scares me is the secondary. But I know they can do different things. Put Andre Cisco over there to help him with some coverage. Maybe they just double team whoever he's guarding, and to kind of take away from your overall defense. But I don't think you let those guys beat you with a backup. You just can't. So we'll see how Mike Caldwell cooks it up. He's been cooking.
He has.
Foyer Lewican, man, like he's in the top 3 middle linebackers already
Oh
in
yeah.
Jaguars history in his second season.
Crazy.
Before it even gets to the halfway point, he's already there. The guy's third in the lead in tackles. Devin Lloyd was playing freaking lights out. Almost had 2 picks, but he had that damn cast on. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel about Devin Lloyd and Foyer? Like, how do you feel about the linebacking core so far? I know Chad Muma, got the last 2 starts when Devin had the hand surgery, but how you feel about those two?
I love both of them. Devin Lloyd, I feel like has really improved a lot. Um, and if he doesn't have that cast on Sunday, we
Yeah.
have like 5 interceptions. He gets both of those. So it's good that he dropped the 1 interception because we ended up getting a better spot
Mm-hmm.
offensively. So like that ended up working out in our favor anyway. But I definitely think he's improved a lot. And then, I mean, Foy has just been fantastic since he's been here.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't, if he leaves the league again in tackles this year, we have to have a legit conversation about him. I know that's not the biggest stat in the world, but his play combined with his ability to find the ball, see ball, get ball, and tackle. I don't know, man. You got to put him up there with some of the top middle linebackers. I know last year people had him like right outside of the top 5 middle linebackers, but if he does it again this year, I mean, consistency with performance, he might have to seriously put him in the top 5. Let's talk about the secondary. Darius Williams has been playing lights out. I mean, interceptions back to back weeks. Hasn't allowed a touchdown in over 200 defensive snaps. He's balling. Tyson was balling. He gave up some touchdowns on some back shoulder things, some timing routes. That happens to everybody. Ramsey, all those guys get beat on those kind of plays. It's really hard to defend. It's almost impossible at the NFL level, but
Yeah.
he's playing good. And then Cisco again with another pick. Like
I love Cisco.
all pro?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's like top 3 safety right now.
Yeah, he is. And
Playing out of his mind.
he's playing better than all of those big name guys, like honestly. And then Rayshawn with a pick.
Yes.
Like it's just crazy. Like these
Yeah.
guys are literally just balling. Like it's crazy. Cisco, he thinks they can become the top defense in the NFL by the end of the year. I'm not sure if they could take that from San Francisco, but
We'll see. They got
we'll
15
see.
takeaways so far.
Yeah, like we'll see. I know that San Francisco defense is just crazy loaded, but D Ham coming back. He's been a full participant in practice for 2 days in a row.
So exciting. Can't
D
wait for him
Ham
to
may
be
be
back.
back this week. Smoot looked good. What you think of Smoot in the D line last week?
Oh, I love Smoot. I he's just I don't know, he kind of reminds me of like Cam Robinson where he brings like a sort of energy to the defense. Obviously Cam Robinson's a little bit different because he's gonna come in and just like talk his shit,
Mm-hmm.
which I absolutely love. And the offensive line absolutely needed that. But Smoot's great. I really like him. I think that he did a good job Sunday, so I'm excited to see what he can do on Thursday. It's kind of like he
Yeah.
just came back. I mean, he just came back and was ready to go. So
What you think about the performance of your favorite guy on the D line?
Josh Allen. I love Josh Allen. That's my man. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Gotta pay him.
Yeah.
Like I want him to stay with the Jags. So he is really showing out. And this is a contract year, so gotta pay him.
That strip sack on Minshew, like at the beginning of the
Beautiful.
game, was that was crazy.
It was beautiful.
Like they had momentum before that. Like they had this long methodical drive, kind of started in the red zone, got three, came back the next drive, and Josh Allen was like, not
Yeah.
today. We're not doing this, fam. Like, shut it down. He shut it down.
Yeah.
And ever since that fumble, Minshew was rattled.
Yeah.
So, I mean, shout out to Josh Allen, man. He's the only pass rusher we have until Smoot gets back to form. Well, I'll take that back. Roy Robinson Harris had a good half sack. He blew that up. He got it back
Yeah.
there before Trayvon could. So I'll shout out to that. Trayvon with a half sack.
Yeah.
Chase on with a hole, baby.
Oh, that was so
Let's
funny when that
go.
happened. I was like, oh, I tagged you immediately. I was like, oh, he got that sack just for you.
Yeah. Hey man, Chase on. I'm telling y'all, every
That was
game
like
I
the
tweet
longest sack ever, though, but it was so funny that he
and
got
I
it.
tweeted and I tweeted that the first game he got the sack too. Every time I tweet pregame on the day of, Chase on's going to get a sack or I need a Chase on sack, he gets one. So
There you go. He
guess what?
listened to you.
Guess what? All right, I'm gonna keep it going. It can't be every game now. I got to give him some, you know what I mean. But I know the games he gonna get one, so
Yeah,
I
you
think
got
he
to give
gonna end
the
up.
sack guru some time.
Listen, he's gonna end up with 5 or 6 this year. I'm
I
telling
think
you.
so too.
And people are gonna be like, "What? Chase on the guy that's never had more than one in a year? He gonna end up with 5 or 6. People gonna be like, okay, that's not bad for edge three.
Yeah.
He gonna get a super bargain contract, vet minimum type of deal, and he's gonna come back. Like he's not a first round draft pick.
No.
That was an era that we don't want to discuss, but
There's a lot of those,
and
okay?
his
So,
pass rush win rate isn't great, right? We know all those kind
yeah.
of things, but he plays hard. He's the bottom of the barrel pass rush guy. That's just what he is. But
Yeah.
he plays hard and he loves his team. So I'm rocking with him until they cut him. So it is what it is. What
Yeah.
about offense? Who do you think has standout performances?
I think that the maybe not the only answer, but the most obvious answer is Travis Etienne. So 2 touchdowns. I love the Wildcat. That was
Yeah,
great. He did
yeah,
he scored 2 touchdowns in like 16 seconds or something of that.
yeah,
I was
yes.
like, damn, okay. I think that's another reason why the end of the game pissed me off so much because ETM was just having such a great game. It's like just
Hmm.
run the fucking ball. You're gonna score a field goal anyway. Just run the
Yeah.
fucking ball. Thought Trevor looked pretty good, especially in the first half. Second half, there was like the miscommunication with Kirk and that ended up in the
Oh,
interception. Yeah, and that was annoying. But for the most part, I mean, Travis Etienne, obviously, and Anton Harrison. He had a great game as well.
yeah.
But he had a
Trevor's
good
been
game.
doing.
He's just been doing good.
Yeah, no, I agree. Trevor's been doing so good on the interception front. When I saw that, like he thought Kirk was going to carry the route, and he sat down, and Trevor had already released. Oh my god, I was so pissed. Like,
Hmm.
oh, but yeah, and then it almost hit the ground too. Whatever, like
Yeah, it
those
was.
happen. Is whatever. Chalk that up. Whatever, Trev. It's all good. That's more on. Well, I guess it's more on both of them actually.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, that's the thing where the guys just got to know each other. They've been playing long enough. Like he threw so many targets at this point, he should know if he's running a certain route a certain way if he's gonna sit or go. But it happens.
yeah,
Um, yeah, ETN another good game. Again, in the second half, we couldn't run the ball, so offensive line is doing better at pass blocking, but run blocking again for 2 weeks in a row,
yeah,
he got bottled up. He had like 4 negative runs and they were all like -5, -6 yards. Like, what is going on?
yeah.
Like, how are people getting that deep into the backfield before we can hand the ball off?
Right. It's a great
But
question.
whatever. And then, yeah, interior offensive line has to just be better. Brandon Sheriff went down hurt. Tyler Shatley's been okay. And then Taven Bryan beat Luke Fortner for TFL.
Yeah.
Taven Bryan. Taven Bryan. Oh my God. But yeah, Luke Fortner, I'm honestly not sure about, to be honest. Like, third round pick. I know you want to keep giving him 1,000 chances, but maybe time to look for a replacement in the draft. But we'll see. But yeah, Evan Ingram with the Spider-Man catch,
Yeah,
one hand, like that was sick.
it was. He's on my fantasy team, so I enjoyed that.
Two rookie corners really had a quiet day. What do you think? Kirk had a decent day, but not a big one. What do you think about Ridley and Kirk's performance against the rookie corners?
I think Kirk had a better day. There was one pass that Trevor made where like if he had just like waited a little bit, I think it would have been complete. I just don't think that he gave Ridley enough time to actually like run down the field.
Yeah,
It was like, Trevor, you have to give your receivers time to actually get to where they need to be. Because he just like released it immediately, which is part of the issue with him. I mean, he's getting sacked so much, there's always someone in his face. That's why he's doing that. So that's
yeah,
part of the offensive line problem. But Kirk had a good day. I like the one touchdown that Trevor threw to him. That was a beautiful pass. And then I just would like to see Calvin Ridley get involved just a little bit more. He was clutch on like some third down plays, but for the most part,
speed out.
yeah, but we didn't see any like deep balls or anything like that. Which, if you're gonna put one man on Calvin Ridley, for the most part, if you throw a deep ball, he's gonna be able to catch it.
You know,
So obviously, you just have to give him time to get down the field. And also Trevor's got to be a little bit more accurate, like he was against the Bills.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Gus Bradley's defense, we know, right? They play that deep cover three and don't let anybody behind you. Take away the deep passes. Play. Let the ball come in front of you and then rally to the tackle. So I
Yeah,
knew it wasn't going to be a huge deep ball game, but he threw quite a few. Brenton Strange had a deep one. Kirk had a deep one. That wasn't like Trevor was just overthrowing him. I'm not sure like what was going on there with deep routes, and then really had a deep route thrown somewhere. He basically had to play defense once the ball was in the air because Trevor
yeah,
threw it so freaking away, like
yeah.
poor accuracy on that throw. But yeah, if he would have just put it to the outside corner, really would have had a huge catch. But he like threw it far inside, like directly to the cornerback. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that wasn't the second interception. But yeah, I think Trevor bounces back. He has those kind of quarters. Still a young quarterback, right? Year
Yeah.
three, still the beginning of year three, Urban Meyer year and all that stuff. So whatever. Like no quarterback's perfect. We just saw Herbert struggle. We've seen a lot of these guys struggle, make bad passes. Dak
Yeah.
Prescott, for goodness Christ, like it happens. So this isn't mad, and the quarterbacks won't be perfect every time, but Trevor
No,
played
for
well
sure.
enough to win, and he definitely didn't cost us the game or anything like that. So I'm fine with the performance. Just things to work on to clean up.
Absolutely. I think once they can like finally get the offense figured out and cleaned up, they have potential to be a pretty dangerous offense. Well, they should be a pretty dangerous offense anyway. But
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see how they play on Thursday.
Speaking of Thursday, prime time, New Orleans Saints. Trevor spoke
Yeah.
today to the media at 3:30. Did you catch that press conference at all?
No, I was at work.
Okay. Yeah, I was too. I just closed my door when I get those alerts and notifications. But
Yeah. I
yeah,
wish I
basically,
could.
yeah, I know, yeah. Trevor Trevor basically said today that he's feeling better today than he anticipated. Um, he's feeling a lot better. Things just seem to be progressing well. He is wearing a brace for the first time in his life. So he's kind of getting used to the mechanics of wearing the brace and stuff like that. But he's
Oh,
starting to
man.
get comfortable with it. He's gonna wear the brace again tomorrow. And if he plays Thursday, he'll probably wear the brace again. But he said he feels good. He said he's gonna do everything in his power to play. Um,
I'll
he
be
was
shocked if he does not play.
oh yeah, I'll be shocked. Like
Like, yeah, like Trevor Lawrence is just he's that kind of player. Like he wants to play. And if he thinks that he's healthy enough to play on Thursday, he's gonna
yeah,
play. So
yeah. especially with it being such a minor injury. Like quarterbacks play through this stuff all the time. I mean, Derek Carr was playing through an significant
Oh my
injury.
God.
Like,
I thought that Derek Carr broke his collarbone. I could not believe it when I saw that he was still playing. I was like, oh my God, his
yeah,
injury
these,
was so bad. But that's a great example though, is like the Detroit game last year. I thought that Trevor
mhm.
got like his leg ripped off. Like I thought his leg was broken, and then he was just like just hopped up and was like, I'm fine. And I was like, what? What do you mean? And it ended up being a toe injury, and then he like played lights out for the rest of the season. So who knows? Maybe that's what's about to happen again.
Yeah, and it was weird too because after that game, he was like, "Oh, I just need to change my shoes." Like, bro, your whole leg got freaking twisted backwards while you were still standing up. He's like, "Oh yeah, change shoes, toe injury, I'm all good." Like
Yeah.
literally the next press conference, he's like, "Oh, I'm good." It was like, bro, we just
Nice.
saw you like get freaking yeah, whatever. Yeah, Trevor's gonna play,
He's
man.
like a freak athlete, which I mean, like we knew already, but it's like if I had a knee injury like that, I would like bust my like whole knee would just explode. So
Yeah, I was actually walking around today at work and knee pain got crazy, just out of nowhere too, like stiffness, bad pain. And I was like, this is crazy. This is my left knee, the same knee as Trevor's knee. Like, what's going on here? Okay, we got a little knee bonding going on. But yeah, I think looking at that matchup, the Saints defense is still pretty legit. They
oh,
got a pretty long injury report though. They're probably going to be down one of the starting tackles to a concussion, so we'll get it back up there. Um, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. They got a couple of defensive players banged up a bit, but for the most part, the starters are intact. Honey Badger is probably going to play too. He's a little nicked up, but yeah, their defense is going to be good. So let's see what the offense does. I mean, if it's CJ Beathard, I'm not sure how confident I am there against a pretty good defense.
that's fair.
Let's run the ball, Travis Etienne, and throw it when we need to. Yeah, their run defense isn't great, but it's pretty good. Cam Jordan, those guys, like their run defense is pretty good. They got some linebackers. Yeah, that's pretty good defense. So I
Yeah.
think we need Trevor.
Oh,
Um,
absolutely. I mean, Trevor's always going to give us
the
the
best
the
chance.
best chance to win. So, I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
we're not 4-2 if Trevor's not playing right now, if like CJ Beathard started the season,
Oh
we're not
yeah.
4-2 right now. You
No.
know, like it's just that's not he gives us the best chance to win. So
Oh
obviously
yeah.
I would like for him to play because I want to go into the San Francisco game 6-2. That is what I would
Yeah.
like. But like Trevor's health is more important, but like I saw like some things from the press conference and he was like laughing and stuff and it was like he's gonna play.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
he's gonna play. I'll be really, really, really shocked if he does not. Um, only thing I'm worried about with New Orleans would just be like the turf. But other than that, I think also the O line needs to keep him upright.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ugh, do not let anyone near him.
Yeah, I want to see a lot of max protect, couple choice routes, and keep the
Yeah,
offense pretty simple. It's a short week anyways. They usually kind of shrink the offense down a bit with the game plan install against the whatever defense they're playing. So we'll see a lot of that probably, but
yeah.
I want to see Britton Strange continue. I think that's a huge like that guy's always lined up attached to the formation, but he's blocking.
Yeah.
So if teams have to account for him in the passing game as an actual threat too, that's going to open everything else up. Like he was pretty fast on that short route. If he catches a short
Whoa.
route and he runs for 20, 30 yards, like he starts doing that consistently, people going to have to change how they play defense on us because he's a legit weapon.
Yeah.
And then Tank Bisbee, let's get Tank going. I saw they gave him a carry on a short yard situation. He got the first down. Like, hello, third
Yeah.
and one, run the tank.
Crazy.
Third and two, run the tank. Like run tank.
Yeah.
Stop trying to do these like pitch plays, the ETN and these like slow counters where it takes 3 seconds for the guard to get over there and pull, and they're freaking blowing past Fortner. Like,
Oh, and like the weird shovel passes to Ingram.
yeah. Oh my God. Run a dive, run
What?
a power, run a ISO. Go straight to the A gap. Go straight to the B gap. Let Tank overpower some of these dudes. He's a big guy.
Yeah.
But whatever. Press Taylor. Um, what do you think about the Saints offense? Kamara's back. Michael Thomas is healthy. Chris Olave's balling. What do you think about the Saints offense?
Well, I do really like Kamara, but we've been pretty good
Mm-hmm.
at shutting down runs this whole time, so I don't really see him having like a huge game. Olave would probably be what I'm the most worried about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. He's their best offensive weapon.
Yes. And like he's gonna have like some giant play on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can just like see it already. Like, no, I don't want it to happen, but it's like most likely going to. Because he's
Yeah,
just that kind of player. So
yeah, he
um
is.
also like Kamara could get going with the like screen passes, but because he's been doing a lot since he came back from his
Yeah,
suspension. So I don't know. I definitely the most worried about Olave. Derek Carr in general doesn't really scare me. That sounds mean, but is true. Uh, so he's not really what I'm worried about. It's just the playmakers around him.
yeah, I agree. I think if he just facilitates well, I mean, I don't know. Our defense is pretty good, but Michael Thomas is a crafty vet. He's itching to have a good one. Like he's waiting on the right defense to have a good game. So
Mm.
hopefully it's not us to be his get right game. But yeah, if it's Michael Thomas versus Buster Brown, like Michael Thomas is savvy enough to run those routes and probably beat that kid. Let's be honest. So
Oh, for sure.
and then Olave versus Darius Williams. Darius Williams is not a speedster. He's not super fast. Olave is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see, man. I'm not gonna say I'm worried about the defense against that offense, but
Yeah.
they're gonna do the whole Taysom Hill trick play shit, the Taysom Hill gadget play stuff. So I don't know, but I think our offense has started to phase out Agnew. Um, you see his usage going down. How do you feel about that? Even with Zay out, like they just finally saying, "Okay, Agnew." How you feel about that?
I mean, I kind of agree with it. He fumbles too much. Um,
Yeah,
and the problem is that he fumbles in like big like he fumbles at the worst possible time. Like, and it
yeah.
never fails. But he's a great special teams player. Like the Colts kicked short to him on Sunday, which I couldn't believe they did. And he had a great return. So like that stuff's great. But as far as like what was actually funny that you say Agnew, that like really gross like 3rd and 1 play where they did the shovel pass to Evan
Mm-hmm.
Ingram. Agnew like was in motion in that
Yeah,
play.
he was the
And
decoy. Yeah, they
yeah, and
use
I
him
was
as a decoy.
like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And I think I remember seeing someone on like Twitter being like, oh, if Agnew's involved, it's not a good play. I was like, oh, poor Agnew. I really like him as like a special teams returner, but as far as being like on the offense, he just makes too many mistakes, in my opinion. At this point, he's
Mm-hmm.
fumbled now like what, 2 or 3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously he had the giant fumble that lost us. I mean, let's just say it like it is. He most likely lost us the game in Kansas City. We were like rolling, going down. As soon as Trevor made that like block with that guy, I was like, we're winning this game. And then
Oh
like
yeah.
the next play was him throwing Agnew and him fumbling on like the 3 yard line. And it was like, if
Oh.
we score there, who knows what happens? Maybe we go on to win the game, but now we're never going to know because you fumbled the ball away.
Yeah, it would have
So,
literally been the first and goal.
yeah, it was just so I'm okay with it.
Yeah, a
But
lot of people. That's been a big topic. Like a lot of people have been wanting Agnew to be phased out. I was kind of one of them. I didn't think they needed to phase him out completely. They still give him a little, a little speed option, a little toss every now and then, but it's not the 3-4 Agnew plays a game.
no,
Even the Kansas City game, you saw him putting him in the slot, throwing to him, putting Kirk out wide, but it's been Kirk at his position. Been seeing a lot more Tim Jones out wide. You've been seeing finally our guy get activated, Cooks, Elijah Cooks. So I want to see them throw the ball to Cooks, not just put him out there to run some routes. Let's throw the ball to Elijah Cooks. goal line situations, let's throw a jump ball. He's taller than these corners. He's a basketball player. Like,
Yeah,
his vertical is crazy high. Like, let's throw the ball to Cooks and see what he got in the red zone. That may help with some of the struggles.
I
We
agree.
don't throw to Ingram anymore in the red zone. I'm not sure
Ugh,
what that's about. So it's like, let's figure it out. If it's not Zay, I don't know what they do on pass plays in the red zone. So
I miss Zay Jones so much. I need him to come back.
yeah, he didn't practice again.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
2 weeks in a row. I don't what they never said what his knee injury was.
know, but I don't expect him to play. I don't even know. I don't even know if he's gonna play against the Steelers. I don't know. If maybe we'll see him after the bye. I don't know. I don't know how serious the injury is because they're not really talking about it.
But they not talking about IR at all, which is 4
Mhm.
weeks. So
Yeah,
if he sits out again and he misses Steelers, they might as well put him on IR.
IR. Yeah,
Because yeah, I think I'm hoping he's back for the Steelers game. I think they might
yeah.
have
That's what
missed
I
the
would like
last
as
one,
well.
give him the short week. Yeah, Walker Little too. Um,
Yes.
Another guy they didn't put on IR, supposedly a decent knee injury, which is like a 3 to 4 week period. They opted not to make it a 4 week period, so he's day to day, but he's not practicing. So hopefully, I think both those guys come back for the Steelers. Trevor gets a 10-day break with the knee. He's gonna be fully good to go. And everybody else is pretty healthy for the most part. Brandon Sheriff, not sure there, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe,
Thank
and share.
you.